Hello, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my February book haul. So I have acquired a massive 20 books in February, my only excuse being that it was my birthday at the end of January, so a lot of these books I did actually buy with present money and Amazon vouchers and stuff. Them I didn't actually pay my own hard-earned money for. So that is why there are quite a lot here. I may as well just get started with it. The first book, which I'm actually about to cry, so I've just noticed, it's ripped, is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'll link another video where I completely gush about this because I don't have the energy to do it again. But this is my favourite book so far this year. I did listen to it as an audiobook, so when I had some money on Amazon to burn, I ordered the hardback, brand new hardback. This has literally must have happened since I brought it into this room to film, and I'm very sad about it. Anyway, yeah, this is amazing. I had to buy myself a copy. Next, I have The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. I'm upset with myself for not having picked this up yet because I'm very much intrigued in this story. I have actually been to Auschwitz, so I think that's why I'm a bit more interested, because I really want to read this and have that image from visiting in my head of where things are happening, if that makes sense. So yeah, I do really want to get to this soon. It just feels like quite a heavy, dense read that I don't know if I can pick it up while I've been reading a lot of contemporary and like easy romance. But this is definitely, it will happen one day, just I don't know when. And the next book I have is Going Bovine by Libba Bray. I heard about this a lot, probably when it came out, like when I was quite a bit younger, but never felt the need to pick it up. Since then, and since joining BookTube, I've heard quite a lot about Libba Bray and this book in particular. I know there's quite a bit of good mental health representation in here, which is what I've heard is in here. But apart from that, I don't really know what it's about. I just think it sounded interesting and wanted to give it a go. Next, I have Aftercare Instructions by Bonnie Pipkin. I saw this on Chelsea Darling Reads' channel. I think she did a try a chapter tag and actually didn't like it, but it sounded interesting enough to me to pick up. I believe it's about a girl who gets an abortion and then deals with the guilt of that after. So yeah, it just sounded interesting. I haven't had a chance to get to it yet, so I don't know if it is as interesting as it sounded, but when I saw a hardback for a couple of quid, couldn't leave it. Similarly with Seven Ways We Lie by Riley Redgate. I don't know whose channel I heard about this on, but it was definitely on somebody's channel. Yes, Will? I picked this up as part of the Contemporary-a-thon. So I have actually already read it. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I will link my Contemporary-a-thon vlog so you can see my opinions on it. It wasn't an amazing read. It comes from 7 different perspectives, which is one of the issues I had with it. I found it very hard to keep up, but the 7 perspectives relate to the 7 sins, and it's good. It's just a bit too complicated to try and explain all 7 perspectives. One thing I do really like about this book is the naked book. Looks really cool. So yeah, I think I really don't know whose channel I saw it on. I'm trying to remember now, and I can't. So it's a good book. Next, I have The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang, I think is how you say it. But yeah, this, I don't actually know that much about it. I know that there is a woman with Asperger's who wants to find a husband, and that is it really. I'm assuming there's some sort of mathematical way to find this husband. But yeah, don't know much else about it, so grab myself a copy because I've heard so many good things about it on this platform. Next, I have Do Not Disturb by A.R. Torr. This is the sequel to The Girl in 6E, which was one of my most favourite books of last year. I wasn't too bothered about having like a pristine copy because this is just a dusty old used paperback, because my other one is as well, so they match. We don't need them to look perfect. But yeah, I'm quite upset I haven't got to this sooner because I did really enjoy the first book. Maybe I'm trying not to read it in case I don't like it, because I don't see how the story could have moved on from there. So I think it's going to be a weird one, but I own it to read when I want to. Next we have Snow Falling by Jane Gloriana Villanueva, and I apologise if that was butchered pronunciation, but I've watched a lot of Jane the Virgin. I think I got it right. And yeah, so this is the book that Jane from Jane the Virgin writes, and it was a whole like fictional idea that she'd written this book, and they made it into a real book. So even though I've watched that programme, I still don't know what this is about. I know that it's pretty much Jane and Michael, and that is all I can tell you. But yeah, I don't actually know anything about the real storyline. It's a romance. It's all I've got. But as soon as I knew this was a thing, grabbed it. I now have Done Dirt Cheap by Sarah Lemon. This is the last official order I made with my Amazon gift cards. I will get onto that. But this is actually the ARC copy, which clearly says not for sale, which is something that the sellers didn't pay attention to. And I did actually buy a hardback. It's not a hardback. So I had a bit of an issue with this. I sent a message to the seller and said, 1, you weren't allowed to sell this, and 2, it's not what I asked for. So I got a full refund, and then upon checking, I realised that it was signed. So I think I've won. I've got a free signed book. I'm hoping that, I assume nothing changed. I'm hoping nothing changed. But yeah, it was strange to get an ARC in the post when I paid for a book. Anyway, so with the refund, because it went back on a voucher, so I had to spend it, I got 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott. I also read this in the Contemporary-a-thon, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It is an amazing book, and these lungs, I just want to keep them like in a print on my wall because I think they're amazing. But yeah, this book is about a girl with cystic fibrosis who meets a boy with cystic fibrosis, and the rule is that they have to stay 6 feet apart, so that they don't like give each other any diseases that would endanger them. And Stella, our main character, decides she's taking a foot back, so it's now 5 feet apart. And yeah, it's a very moving story. I really enjoyed it. And Stella actually has a YouTube channel, which was weird, so I enjoyed reading about that as well. But yeah, very interesting and absolutely loved it. Books I actually got from a charity shop. I got the whole of the Ugly series by Scott Westerfeld for £2. All of these together were £2. And I've read Uglies before. I read it quite a few years ago now, maybe about when it came out. And I remember I gave it about 3 or 4 stars. I'm going to go with 3. And then I really did want to see how it went in the sequel of Pretties. But when specials and extras can also be thrown in for 50p each, I had to grab the whole series. And if I don't get on with them, then I'm sure I can pass them on as a whole series. But yeah, too good of an opportunity to miss out on. Then I did buy myself some other books. I got myself A Mother's Reckoning, Living in the Aftermath of the Columbine Tragedy by Sue Klebold. So this is Dylan Klebold's mom, one of the Columbine shooters. And I just thought this would be a very interesting read. I'm not sure what it's going to talk about, but I thought it would be something very interesting, as I did do a project at college on school shootings, and I thought this would be nice to see his mum's perspective on everything. I also bought The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. I knew this was going to be an ugly copy and a battered copy, but I really like this now without the dust jacket. So let me know if people keep books without dust jackets, because I think this is nicer. And I just wanted like an old classic book. I've never actually read this. Obviously I know the story, but I've never read the actual book. So I was thinking keeping this on my shelf for picking up occasionally might be a nice idea, but it was only very cheap, so I don't mind if it doesn't last very long. And finally, that I got myself, I have Ketchup Clouds by Annabelle Pitcher. I read this a couple of times when I was younger and for some reason got rid of my copy. So I sort of just randomly thought about it again the other day and decided to pick it back up again. Because I can't actually remember what it's about. It says on the front, I've done something wrong, not even a little bit wrong or even quite a lot wrong. What I've done is awful. And you want to know the worst thing? I've got away with it. So I want to remember what this is because I remember just loving it. So I've grabbed a copy of that. The next book is a present I got from my mum, which is Bohemian Rhapsody by Leslie Ann Jones. This is the definitive biography of Freddie Mercury. I love Freddie. I love him. I think he is such like an idol, and obviously everyone seems to have got a bit more into him since the Bohemian Rhapsody film. But he's got a very special place in my heart. And this book actually has photos of Freddie, and it just, I'm so excited. So excited. Then I have a book from the lovely Lauren, as she is such a Lauren. She was doing an unhaul and I nicely asked if I could have this book. And that is The Price Guide to the Occult by Leslie Walton. I won't lie to you, I don't really remember what this is about. I remember wanting it at one point. So when I saw it in Lauren's unhaul, I just grabbed it. But yeah, I can't believe that she has actually read this because it's in like pristine condition. I don't know anyone who could read a book and not even slightly damage it. I am impressed, Lauren. But yeah, thank you so much to her for sending me this. She also sent me 2 little bookmarks because obviously she couldn't just send that because she's amazing. But yeah, I'm very excited to pick this one up. And the 2 final books now I got sent by Brittany from The Neverending Reader. I'll link the video where I open these. If you haven't seen these and you weirdly want to be surprised by that, then go and watch that first. The first one being Starry Eyes by Jen Bennett. All I know is this is about camping in America, and that is why Brittany picked it out for me. She's recently read it and wanted to see my opinion. But my favourite thing about this is the purple and gold naked book. Love it. But yeah, I was so grateful to her for sending me this. She didn't need to, and just thank you. And on that note of her not needing to send me 1 book, she definitely didn't need to send me 2. The other one being Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, which again, a lovely floppy paperback. I am very excited. We're actually going to try and buddy read this soon, so that should be interesting because Brittany has already read it. But this is a murder mystery in a school, I believe. So it says Ellingham Academy, a famous private school. So yeah, it's a murder mystery in a school. And I've heard so many good things about it. I really wanted to give it a go myself. It was on my wish list and Brittany grabbed it for me because she's amazing. Yeah, those are all the books that I got in February. I don't even know what month we're on. It's going too quick. So 20 books. That is not going to happen every month, but I'm very happy that it did this month. These are a lot of books here that I am very, very excited to get to. So if you've read any of these books and you think I should get to any of them first, then please do let me know. Apart from that, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you in the next one.